So you already decided, or you're deciding on starting a real estate photography videography business. Which is the best wide-angle lens for real estate photography? What is the reason why we even need this wide-angled lens? The whole purpose is to capture the home in the best and most creative way possible. And in real estate, one has to show the rooms to be as spacious as possible as high. If you guys are starting in the real estate photography business, you're probably wondering, which lenses should you use? So let us show you some best wide-angle lenses for real estate photography. Let's dive in. Number 1. Canon EF 11-24mm f4L USM. This ultra-wide lens for real estate photography is going to come in handy in rooms with little space. Constant f4 maximum aperture offers consistent performance. The improved lens coating prevents the formation of flares. The autofocus is very fast and almost silent with a manual focus override function. With this model, you will capture architectural images with minimal distortion. This model has an advanced optical design. UD and Super UD high-quality elements deliver exceptional sharpness within the whole range. It's a full frame and one of the best lenses for interior photography. Its focal range starts at 24mm and stretches out to 11mm. The focus ring turns very smoothly and precisely. The model has a weather-sealing gasket. In this class of lens, Canon achieved a record viewing angle of 126.05" to 84" diagonally. The model has a great build and sharp optics. Number 2. Canon EF 16-35mm f4L IS USM lens. This lens is indispensable in photography for real estate. It belongs to Canon's standard zoom lenses. The model has a powerful zoom and also provides exceptional sharpness of the edges of the image. The maximum 4f aperture enables you to shoot under a variety of lighting conditions. Besides, this model is designed for shooting in all weather conditions and is protected from dust and moisture. Another huge benefit is that it's compatible with Canon full frame, as well as APS-C sensor cameras. The price is steep, but it definitely corresponds to the quality. Modern coating technologies, 3 high-precision aspherical lens elements, and 2 ultra-low dispersion glass elements that it features minimize barrel distortion and aberration, which are common problems for wide-angle lenses. This model manages to capture space without any misrepresentation. Another advantage is the zoom ring. It's really smooth with a minimal amount of resistance. Thanks to its exceptional performance, you'll be able to constantly get sharp results. Number 3. Canon EFS 10-18mm f4.5 to 5.6 IS STM lens. The Canon EFS 10-18mm is a lens that provides a great deal of quality for a fraction of the price of other lenses. Its plastic frame may put some people off who religiously follow metal lenses, but the lens itself appears sturdy and solid enough for this to be a non-issue. It comes built in with an optical image stabilizer and a 7-blade aperture, which allows for greater finesse and limited background blur while you record film or capture stills. It has a full-time manual focus that lets you adjust on the fly and rely on it in a variety of situations, and all of its focal lengths offer consistently sharp results edge to edge, which makes for higher quality photos that don't risk dullness on any particular side of the image. You might find that it's quite simple to operate also, as it comes packed into a small size and is easy to set up, while still maintaining durability. For all of these benefits, it's worth you knowing that there are a few negatives. Its aperture range means that it doesn't perform as well in low light settings, especially when using ranges of 14mm or above. You might find that the aperture drops significantly, and you occasionally may run into some minor lens distortion and flare, especially when photographing brighter light sources. But in the face of these light issues, we feel that the Canon EFS 10-18mm lens is a quality pick if you're on a budget. Number 4. Canon TSE 24mm f3.5L 2 tilt shift lens. The Canon TSE 24mm f3.5L 2 tilt shift lens is an advanced refinement to the classic Canon lenses, making it one of the best Canon lenses for photography. With its enhanced functionality, you won't have any problems producing real estate images of the best quality with this lens. The Canon TSE 24mm f3.5L 2 tilt shift lens is designed with a UD lens to compensate for any chromatic abrasions. It also comes with a specially coated spherical element, allowing you to produce glare-free images, and a tilt-shift lens so you can capture images with an angle view of 84 degrees. One unique feature of the Canon TSE 24mm f3.5L 2 tilt-shift lens is its rotation, which lets you easily combine shifting and tilting within the range of add or less 90 degrees. The tilt function also has an enhanced range of movements, user-friendly shift knobs, and different landscape and shooting modes. Number 5. Canon EF 17-40mm f4L USM Ultra Wide Angle Zoom Lens. The Canon EF 14-40mm is a lens that prides itself on how user-friendly it can be while retaining its usefulness in many different settings. It's very focused on precision. In particular, its use of a ring USM may be handy to you, as its ability to focus quickly and quietly in the field can only be of benefit to you. It also uses a 7-blade aperture to increase the quality of anything out of focus very well. Its build quality is impressive and durable, with focus and zoom rings that are ideally sized and easy to precisely operate. It's not the most ideal lens for lower light shooting, and indoor photo shoots are not always going to turn out properly unless you're using a flash camera or a tripod. However, for such a heavy-duty lens, it's surprisingly very portable and easy to set up. Ultimately, if you pick this lens up, you can be assured of having an ideal lens for versatility and multi-purpose photography. Number 6. Canon EF 14mm f2.8L 2 USM Ultra Wide Fixed Angled Lens. The Canon EF 14mm is an interesting lens to consider, as it doesn't have an image stabilizer, and it will require practice to get used to its specific needs as a device. It has a set focal length of 14mm, which may cause you frustration if you're looking for a lens that can provide multiple options. If you often find yourself filming at this focal length and are already comfortable with it, there's plenty to consider here that could be very valuable. It has a rear focusing system that's operated through its ultrasonic motor, allowing it to autofocus quietly and with speed. Its round aperture and 6-bladed aperture system gives you a decent amount of control over background blur and a decent amount of clarity when out of focus, especially in low light. There is a slight amount of flare that you might find to be present in highlight settings, but is otherwise quite easily controlled. Its rectilinear wide-angle shots are also clear and incredibly high quality, which might be the deciding factor for a real estate photographer. It has a sturdy frame and a long lifespan, being notably resistant to water and dust damage, and could be a decent option for you if you're comfortable with the focal length limitations. That's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, kindly like the video and subscribe to our channel.